The bearish divergence on Bitcoin is playing out here right now, but there is something happening within the next 5 days, from today over the next 5 days, that could change everything. And I want to show you what I found today. And of course, we're going to talk about the different levels for Bitcoin in the short and also about the medium term. If you think that is interesting, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell. And now let's directly jump into today's content here. So here on the daily chart, something that I want to point out directly is, we talked about here this bearish divergence here on the RSI, where the RSI is creating lower highs and the price is creating higher highs. That creates a divergence, because the RSI normally needs to go in tandem with the price, and that means when the price creates a higher high, you want to see this also on the RSI reflecting, and that was here not the case. That means the price is losing momentum and is most likely to reverse back to the downside, and that is exactly what we have experienced here. And here is now something really, really important to observe, and that is that we had here this small bull pennant, and price is breaking down from this now. If you remember, I told you always for a while now that when we are seeing price moving away from the EMA ribbon, especially with a crazy break like this here, that at some point the price comes back to the EMA ribbon to test it as support, and then normally continues to trend higher here. And I think that could be exactly what we're going to see over the next couple of days. Price action will continue to fall lower, tap the EMA ribbon around $35,000, and then we get a proper bounce back to the upside and go in direction of $40,000. Also on the stochastic RSI, there's still at least one more leg to the downside before we tap the bottom of the stochastic RSI and gonna get a buy signal again. That buy signal will come Wednesday, Thursday-ish. It will not come before. There is one scenario where it could come before, and that is the CPI data today, the inflation numbers that are coming out in around an hour, I think it is, from when I'm recording this now. So it's around an hour. If the CPI numbers are good, most likely Bitcoin is going to pump. But if the CPI numbers coming out as expected or a little bit worse than expected, then expect that we also go immediately without any stop to like $35,000. We will not stay there. I want to be clear, we will not stay around that level for a long time. It will be a really quick wick to the downside and then potentially straight back up like $400-500, and then we're gonna start to range kind of like here, in my opinion. Let me show you why I believe that there is something coming in the next couple of days that could actually prevent Bitcoin from going lower here. I want to start off with that before I go deeper into charts, and that is Bitcoin spot ETF filings. I have read some news articles before I started the video when I was looking what's happening with the ETFs right now. And one thing what is happening right now with the ETFs is there is a time window right now that opened on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. No, it opened on Saturday. The window was open from Saturday here, the 11th. That was Saturday, right? Today is Tuesday. It's like 13, Monday, 12, yeah, Saturday, since Saturday. That opened for a week, that time window. So from Saturday until next week, the 19th, that's why 5 days in the thumbnail, a Bitcoin spot ETF could get approved. That, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the last window for this year where we could get a spot ETF and get approved. And then it will be early next January, and that is, in my opinion, guaranteed in January. So if we would get again a delay, it would be on one side a little bit bearish, but it would basically also the launch of the ETFs into January, and that would be then on contrary again bullish. And in my opinion, that should be a catalyst instantly for drive pricing higher, because everybody knows where they're at this point and what to expect without any further delays and so on and so on. Everybody knows that, okay, in January is finally the month where it's going to happen, and we could see a pre-pump rally then already happening as soon as we get news what's happening with the ETFs. So, but there is a chance that we get in the next 5 days a spot ETF, and one of them could be the ARK21 shares and the iShares Bitcoin Trust from BlackRock. Don't forget, BlackRock has a 90% chance of getting their ETF approved in January, and if they get approved, everybody else gets also approved. So, and that is literally just around the corner. When we're going then now back and look at the price action, then when we're looking here on the 4-hourly chart, we see that we are about to lose here this big cluster on the VPVR. If we are completely losing this, we go then here back down to, like I said here, into this bigger area. So first will be like this area from like 35 to where we are at right now. No, a little bit higher, to like 35,600. That will be the first area. And if we are losing that, then we're touching completely this level here again at 34,500. I'm not seeing this happening right now. If the CPI data comes out worse than expected, then expect here this liquidation level to be hit, because that is, if I'm not mistaken, 50x leverage position. That color, yeah. So it's a 50x leverage position. So that long will, or these longs will get liquidated at that level, and from there I expect then that we go back up, because also here more and more over leveraged shorts are building up with their liquidation levels, and the more are building up there, the more likely it is that we are going to the upside and take them out, because this is still the lowest hanging fruit. It's way easier to push price up than to push price down. And that's why the more we see here shorts building up, the more likely it is that we go and get a short squeeze to the upside. Here on this 4-hourly chart, I have marked out some of these levels. And when we are looking here on the 4-hourly chart on the indicators, you see the stochastic RSI is flatlining. That was exactly what I told you guys yesterday. That is acting like a coil that will spring at one point. And the same with the MACD. The MACD is slightly now turning around here, which is also a good sign. And the RSI is also neutral to slightly cautiously bullish to the upside. The only thing what's here missing is that the price action is following through and that we get a clearer uptick in the stochastic RSI. Then I would say, okay, the worst is over. Bitcoin had it's a little fun to the downside, and most likely we either start ranging or we start to go higher from here. But for that, it's still too early. I would like to see at least another 4-hourly candle to be closed. And that will then also coincide with already the release of the CPI data, where we then know what's going on with CPI. What would be the levels that I would be looking out on the 4-hourly? So we need to reclaim $36,700 so that we continue to go to the upside to like 37, 38. That is the level to look at. We got here twice now rejected, so that is definitely resistance right now. And to the downside, we need to hold around $36,000 in the short term to have another chance of breaking that level and continue from there straight to go higher. And guys, don't forget, if you want to take a trade like that, do it on a BYBIT. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free. If you use my specific link here, or on BitGet, there also you get $30,000 absolutely for free, and 20% on your deposited amount. So if you deposit $1,000, you get $200 on top of that. The only thing that you need to know is you cannot withdraw the $200. You have to trade with them. But everything that you make of the $200 in trading, the whole profit, that is something that you can withdraw. And also on Phemex, I'm actually in touch with Phemex again, because they are coming around. I see also more volume coming in on Phemex again. So I'm working out another deal with them. There will be definitely a high bonus also available. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. They only need to message me to close it. And yeah, you can also use that link when you're in the US. I will not explain you how to use Phemex in the US if you are there. If you are trading, you know what to do. Let's also look here on the heat map and what's happening there. So here we have two distinct levels that we need to look at. One of them is here, again, the $36,000 level. Here you see that the yellow order block. So there are a lot of buys stacked. And then here above us at 36,400, there are a lot of selling orders stacked right now above us. So there you can also clearly see that the price is trapped in between these two levels here for now without any real direction. Yeah, but like I said, CPI is coming, and most likely we're going to get a direction really, really quick. When I look here at the funding rates, they start to turn slightly into the green, so favoring that means price action is favoring shorts and paying longs. Here on DYDX, on Solana, on here this exchange CoinEx, so on the exchange. So here on OKX, some of these coins like DOT, AVAX, Atom. So we see funding rates shifting a little bit, which is a good sign, because if now turns everything into green and everything favors shorts, then we most likely going to get a short squeeze 2-3 days later. That's normally what's happening. It comes really quick once everything is in negative funding rates favoring shorts. And that is actually what I would like to see. I would see a little bit more negative funding rates here across the board, then we will get a short squeeze and continue to go here to the upside. Something else that I wanted to show you guys, the DXY is overall dropping here right now. We have lost the key level of 105.63 points, and if we continue to go to the downside, and here a formation like that, that's a dragonfly candlestick pattern, you can look it up on Google, that is a strong pattern that is signaling that we will continue to go lower here on the DXY. And that is what we want to see, because if the DXY goes down, crypto goes usually up. Both Bitcoin and DXY is going down. But I just heard from a friend of mine that is managing almost $1 billion in his fund with his hedge fund friends and asset managers friends, that they said there is a whale in the market selling off Bitcoin, and that is causing Bitcoin to go down. It has nothing to do with a lot with technicals. There is a huge whale right now loading off coins, and that's why we are going down. But of course, technicals are also lining up for that. But yeah, sometimes you have these situations where technicals lining up, but you have at the same time something happening outside the market or apart from technicals that is actually causing the technicals to be in alignment with the price action. And that is now that kind of coincidence that we are seeing here in the market. So, but here with the DXY, I expect that we drop to like 104.44 points, or even lower than that. We could drop all the way to like 103.38. Over the long term, I expect the DXY to do something like this here. With the whole economy in the US and everything what's happening there, I expect the DXY to drop to under 100 points, and that will be then massively bullish for crypto and Bitcoin overall. Something else that was also a warning sign for you with the drop in across the board was that since the weekend, the USDT dominance was going up. So what you have to understand here is when the USDT dominance is going up, that means more people are selling whatever they have and go into USDT. And then the USDT dominance is climbing. When you see the USDT dominance falling like here, then you know, okay, alt season, baby, that's it. You know, put your money wherever you want, everything goes up. So, but now we are going up here. I don't expect that we will go much higher on the USDT dominance. So I could see us coming up here. Maybe like, yeah, so we are basically already at resistance, you know. So it can, of course, go here a little bit higher to like 6.52, like 0.1% to the upside. I don't see it going much higher than that. That is massive resistance right now. If we come up there, most likely we get rejected, and then the dominance keeps falling to the downside, and that means altcoins will recover and go back to the upside. Yeah, that's basically everything that I had to say today, guys. The Bitcoin ETF potentially this week, which is super bullish for us. We have just to wait another 5-6 days to get to know what's going to happen and watch CPI data. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll see you then again tomorrow.